That evening, back at home, Amadou, visibly troubled, sat under the mango tree. Aisha and Miriam, who had planned everything, approached with innocent expressions. "So, Amadou, how was your day?" Miriam asked, hiding a smile. "Fatou," he began before trailing off. "Fatou?" Aisha exclaimed with feigned surprise. "Isn't she that young woman from the market? She seemed demanding, didn't she?" Amadou sighed deeply. "She is, indeed. But maybe it's normal. A third wife deserves to be treated with care." Aisha and Miriam exchanged a knowing glance but said nothing. Amadou, though troubled, didn't seem ready to give up his idea. Aisha and Miriam, seeing that Amadou remained determined despite their efforts, decided to introduce a new element to their plan: the widow Habi. Habi was an old friend of Aisha, known for her ability to play the most unlikely roles. With her gentle face and soothing voice, she could convince anyone she was a pious and virtuous woman. But in reality, Habi was a true trickster, capable of turning a serious situation into comedy in the blink of an eye. The objective? To present Amadou with a suitor so perfect in appearance that he would fall for her, only to discover she was not at all what she seemed. One day, as Amadou headed to the mosque for the afternoon prayer, he came across Habi, dressed in an impeccable white veil and holding a small Quran in her hands. She walked slowly, as if lost in deep spiritual reflection. "Salam alaikum, Brother Amadou," she said in a soft voice. "Wa alaikum salam," Amadou replied, intrigued. Habi, feigning shyness, lowered her eyes. "I've heard about your marriage plans. The women in the village say you are a pious, generous, and just man." Amadou, flattered, smiled. "Alhamdulillah, I do my best. And are you interested in this discussion?" Habi hesitated, playing her role to perfection. "Perhaps. But I am a simple woman. I seek a man who respects my values and spiritual needs." "And what are they?" Amadou asked, already captivated by her apparent modesty. Habi looked up to the sky as if receiving divine instructions directly. "First, my husband must be a patient man. Every morning, we will begin the day with 2 hours of Quran recitation together." Amadou nodded. That didn't seem too complicated. "Next, he must accompany me to all the prayers at the mosque, even if it means walking for hours to find a reputable imam." Amadou began to have doubts, but simply nodded. "My husband must also be generous to the needy. I will require that a quarter of his income be dedicated to charity each week." This time, Amadou furrowed his brows slightly. But Habi, seeing his hesitation, quickly added, "It's nothing compared to the blessings it brings." Then she paused as if she'd just remembered a crucial detail. "Oh, I almost forgot. I have a personal ritual every Friday. I stay in silent meditation all day, and my husband must prepare all my meals without disturbing my peace." Amadou, stunned, opened his mouth to speak, but no words came out. The next day, Amadou invited Habi to his home to introduce her to his wives, hoping for their blessing. Aisha and Miriam welcomed Habi with feigned enthusiasm, perfectly playing their roles. "Mashallah, what a pious woman," Miriam exclaimed, offering her a glass of water. "Amadou, you found a true gem," added Aisha with a mischievous smile. Habi, still in character, spoke of her expectations with the same calculated sweetness. But this time, she added a new condition. "One last thing, Amadou. I prefer that my husband not spend more than 2 days a week with his other wives. I need his attention for my spiritual studies." At these words, Aisha and Miriam stifled a laugh. Amadou, however, seemed on the verge of exploding. 2 days a week? But that would upset everything, he exclaimed. "Exactly," Habi replied with an angelic smile. "Balance is an illusion. The essence is to focus on spiritual elevation." It was at this moment that Habi, unable to maintain her composure, burst out laughing. "Amadou, my brother, I can't continue this any longer. This whole story is just a setup." Amadou, shocked, looked at Aisha and Miriam, who were also laughing. "You were all in on this?" "Yes," Aisha replied, "and it was all to show you how difficult it is to manage what you already have. A third wife wouldn't bring more harmony, Only more complications. Amadou, initially furious, eventually burst out laughing as well. You're craftier than I imagined. But I have to admit, you've won this time. The next day, the village chief, informed of the situation, summoned Amadou. My son, he said, I've heard about your plans. Allow me to give you some advice. A wise man is not one who always seeks more, but one who knows how to appreciate what he already has. These simple yet powerful words resonated with Amadou. That evening, he returned home, looked at his 2 wives and children, and declared, You're right. I'm giving up this idea. 2 wives like you are more than enough for me. And so, Amadou's household regained its balance in a mix of laughter, camaraderie, and newfound peace. The end.